Hello and welcome to the Blue Tweezers channel. Myself, Alan, from the channel as usual, and we're on to our third video here on GMT's next war, Iran. We haven't got very far into the game, about half the way through the first turn, but lots of things have happened, and I'll just do my usual request for anybody in the chat. There are a few people watching, I believe. You can let us know that you can hear me and see the map, and if you can't, then you won't reply. So I'll take the message as a positive. So yes, thanks for joining me for the third video on the third day. So we've got a little bit of concentration here, which is rare these days for my channel. I won't be able to be doing any over most of the weekend and tomorrow. Unfortunately, I've got a few things I'm actually going to be doing. Eric, hello. It's all good, thank you very much. Yes, in fact, tomorrow I'm going to visit Bletchley Park up north of London, the old Enigma code breaking place. So I haven't been there before, so it'd be quite fun. Got the day off, and yeah, that's where I'll be tomorrow. So anyway, right, where did we get to? We got to the initiative, movement and combat phase, which is not going to be very comprehensive because it's the US that has the initiative, and on their side they have a grand total of 1 unit which can't move. This is the Saudi Airborne Brigade in Saudi Arabia, which has been struck, so it can't really go anywhere. And yeah, the only other thing that could move, I suppose, on their side would be for the CV, but they've actually lost control of the Gulf of Oman, so they don't really want to go anywhere further than where they are. They need to deal with that. So yeah, it's going to be a short turn for that. Right, how are we doing? Good. Right, let's crack on, shall we? So yes. So the movement segment moves any or all these ground units for their movement allowance. Air mobile, sea movement and transport are allowed. So we're actually not going to do any of that. Well, there you go. And resolve any combats. We haven't got any combats, so that's done as well. So then there is the elite reaction movement segment. So Iranian units which have a quality and efficiency of 6 or more can move. Yeah, as long as they're not in a ZOP, of course they won't be. I think we're struggling, to be honest. We have this Airborne Brigade, which is a 6. All these Marines are 5s. Oh, the commandos up there are 6s, but I'm not sure I want to move them yet. They're kind of like a reserve here that can move onto the map as necessary. So yeah, they're not going to not going to do any elite reaction movement then, I suppose, because I'm quite happy with where their Airborne Brigade is, sitting in Bandar Abbas, a very crucial place. So on to Exploitation, and that's more ground units which can't move because they don't exist on the Allied side, so we skip that as well. This is going along here now, so we're at the movement. Keep forgetting to move this marker because it's a bit of a reach, to be honest. So exploit movement, exploit combat, and then reaction move. So this is the other side's movement and combat phase. So sort of normal movement here can be done. So I think we will move the Marines. So I've got an idea either to put them on the beach or put them on the resource. I think the beach. So we will move that there. Maybe put the HQ there. Over here, movement of this infantry division. Big chunky chap. So that's 1, 2, 3. 4 to there. Again, if we can get them over to Kong or Bandar Lenga, then that'll be great. This one here, I think he's happy where he is. Yeah, so that's that movement. Over here, do we need to do anything more here? I'm not sure we do. Everything's kind of in position. Yeah, that's all fine. So yeah, that's the reaction movement segment. No reaction combat, of course. So a second strike phase. So we finished this bit. We're on to the second strike phase. So again, what we do is there's no nuclear weapons, of course, being released. Missile strikes. So there's something to be said on the Iranian side to strike that airborne brigade again. Well, why not? Why not indeed? They still haven't detected the carrier battle group, so they can't target them, and there's not really much else to target with ballistic missiles, because ballistic missiles can't be used on the air defense track. Only airstrikes, special forces, and cruise missiles, wild weasel strikes. So yeah, we haven't got any cruise missiles yet, although the Russians may be coming to our aid on that side. There is no other missile strikes that I think are any at all necessary. So we've got the one strike here. That's the and on the Allied side, we can send another cruise missile over. I think we will do that, and we will target this Naval SSM unit here with that. As far as aircraft goes, we do have we're on missiles at the moment, so cancel that. So we do all the missile strikes first and resolve all of them. Gareth, hello. I've been having to think about getting next war Poland. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I have that. I've got Poland, Vietnam, and this one. I haven't got the earlier ones, although Taiwan is on its way over the next few months. I think I've got the second edition of Taiwan coming as well. Poland, yeah. Again, big game. There's a lot of Russian units in it, of course, and there's a lot of rules around NATO and stuff, but I'm actually playing a game of that online over Discord with someone. Just going through the first turn there, a sort of newbie. I'm mostly a newbie on it, but I mean, it's a very similar game. There are special rules and stuff, but yeah, it's a good old game, absolutely. Yeah, I quite like it as part of the series. In fact, I haven't had one which I don't really like, but you know, Vietnam, this, and Poland, they're all seem pretty good to me. Anyway, strikes. That's what we're doing. So, right, we resolve this strike on the airborne brigade. So it's in flat terrain. We have a SCUD missile in flat terrain. Yeah. Yeah, it's here. So, and I don't think we have did we get a +1 for non-allied, non-Russian? Try to remember from yesterday. Don't think so. No, it's a straight roll. So then you get a 5 or less. A 7, that's a miss. That goes away, and then we have the cruise missile coming in here. So the cruise missile onto a hardened target. So that's that table, which is also a 5. and it's targeted. So there's a -2 on the dice, and yeah, that was the +1, but it's not actually relevant for the ballistic missiles. I think that's it. Yep. Oh, plus strike marker on the firing naval unit. So the strike marker. Oh, there isn't one. Hang on. I might have been getting something wrong here in that that CV battlegroup can't actually fire them. Let's just look. Right. First of probably quite a few lookups again. Cruise missiles 26. Oh, nope, not there. Check out. Oh yes. 14.1. Yeah, just as a naval unit, so that's fine. Yeah, sorry, worried about nothing. It's not. There isn't a rating on the actual counter itself. So just second guessing myself badly there. Where were we? Oh yes, the strike table. So we are on cruise, and oh, that's the strike marker on the naval unit, as if it's been struck itself. So that yeah, it was misleading me here. So -2 for targeting. I think that's it. So -2 on the dice. A 6 going to a 4. Oh, a 4 is a strike value of 1. So okay, a strike value marker on 1, and it's a strike 2. So I believe that's destroyed. That should be it, I think. Installation. Yeah, it's destroyed. So we have wiped out that Naval SSM unit, so that's gone. Good. We can remove all of this now. Strike marker, targeting marker, etc. So well done there. 2 cruise missile strikes have taken it out. Well, I think it was the B-2 bomber that did very well. We did it on the previous strike phase. Is there VPs for that? Yes. So capture or destroy enemy controlled installation includes, yeah, Naval SSM markers. So yes, that is +2 to the Allies. So VP's this turn for the Allies is on 2. Good. Right. That second strike, that's the missiles. Any airstrikes? Again, not sure on the Iranian side there's a lot of point. Rather prefer preserve the Air Force, and that F-35 gives me the willies. On the Allied side, we actually can use these Saudi Arabian F-15 Eagles here, 2 of them. We can use that, but who do we hit? Well, we can do the air defence track, so I think we will launch one of the F-15Es. They're going to go up against the detection grid again. If we put that down, then we may get a lot less SAMs flying at us and interceptions. So yeah, that's coming in. Do we want to do anything else? Do we want to attack the SAM as well? No, I don't think so. Anything else? Well, we haven't really spotted anything else. So no, that'll do. I think we could, yeah, just... Yeah, that's it. Okay. So that's coming in. So incoming there, we'll roll for detection. So the detection is actually on 5 now. It's on the 5 chart. There's no modifier, I think. No, so detection on the 5 column. A 3, I think that's a detected but not early detection, so it will suffer SAM fire. So on the SAM side, we're on SAM 7 table, and for SAM fire, again, I don't think we've got anything. No, there's nothing, nothing on the modifier side. So just a straight roll. So SAM 7, need a 6 or less. A 4. So 4 is a +2 on the actual strike. So it's a +2 modifier. Okay, so the strike goes in. So this is air defense track, and this is a strike of 5. So it's on this chart here, but there is a +2. The pilot skill is a -1, so it's +1. Not sure there's anything else we need to worry about. Nope. No, that's all. So it's a +1. So let's roll the dice. A 2 +1 is a 3. So a 3 on strike value 5. A 3 is a 1. So 1 result, it reduces down to 4 now. And he flies home. Okay. We've got no naval bombardment. We've got no HQ strikes. We can do another mining mission for... I think we're okay with the 2 mines there. Okay, that's the second strike phase done. We have a supply phase. Everything's supplied, that's not a problem. So now we have the normal movement and combat phase, and again it's going to be fairly brief, nothing really to do on the Allied side, and any little adjustments for the, we will move that division into Bandalengue. I think we're kind of happy with the rest, so no ground movement on either side. Yeah, that's that. So basic movement combat phase sort of goes by the by, really. Any isolation and surrender, so it's moving across here. So we did that second one of those, we went straight through isolation and surrender, so no worry about that. Any reorganization, so it might be quite a bit here. So return air units in the superiority box to the ready box, so everybody goes home here. So they go straight into the ready box though, they're not flown. This kind of goes back. That's that done. Then move air units from the flown box to the ready box. So we can move these up. These move up, but I think they'll probably be moving back down because of the destroyed airfields. The Wild Weasel moves up. Then any other aircraft to deal with? No, that's all of them. Then we've got to recovery aborted box. So moving these guys up from recovery and aborted. So 2 to 9 they go into flown box, 0 1 they go straight to the ready. So we'll have the B-52 here. Oh, that's a 3 to 9 and a 0 to 2. Okay, so 0 to 2 it'll move straight up. Let's roll that. 7, no, it just moves into flown. The B-2 bomber here, a 0, yes, he moves straight up. And then this is on a 2 to 9 straight up. Sorry, 2 to 9, it moves up to flown. 0 or 1 we're looking off 5, so he moves to flown. These are all ready. This chap, 2 to 9 goes straight, 0 to 1. Sorry, moves up to flown, 0 to 1 moves straight up to ready, 4, so he moves to flown. Over here we have some aborted ones here. So 1 to 9 these guys move to flown. It's only on a 0 do they move directly. So let's roll for the Mirage. On a 3 he moves up to flown, and the flipped Tomcat 6 he just moves up to flown. Right, that's all the aircraft sorted. Air units and unused attack helicopters may rebase. On the Allied side there's nothing to do. The long range guys here have to stay in this box. The Saudis have to stay in Saudi, and these guys are on the carrier. So and yeah, there's nowhere else for them to rebase either. We can rebase helicopters. Might bring that helicopter all the way down to here and go 20 hexes, so move that helicopter there. That's it really. Okay, rebasing done. Move all special forces markers from the used to the available box. So the Houthis come back, and the remaining Saudi and American Special Forces mission move back. Reset air mobile points, we didn't use any. No tunnel markers, no clearing operations, no hex control state changes, no chemical support markers. Remove all detection, targeted and emergency applied markers. So, well, we got rid of all of those. There weren't any others, were they? Oh yes, here. So that detected comes off. And remove all interdiction strike 1 markers. Remove all strike 1 markers. So that strike 1 goes. We can spend supply points to repair ADF tracks, beach defences or installations. Okay, so on the Allied side we want to try and bring these back. So I think it's 2 supply points each Americans can pay to move these to strike 2. These were strike 1s. And they are, yeah, under repair. I don't think there's a repair counter. They are under repair. Okay. Now, yeah, so the Iranians can spend points here. So that was how many? 4 points. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And yeah, how much for repair of a air defense track? Air defense track. So it's you can spend up to 4 supply points, and every 2 gives you 1. So if we can spend 4, and that takes us back to where we were. So it's consumed supply to rebuild the defence network. Next. Lost my sequence of play. There you go. Let's put it somewhere. Yeah. It's always wonderful when that happens. One of the player aid cards just kind of vanishes. Oh, it's in the fold. Yeah, there's a sort of a fold out one, and it had slipped in the middle. There we go. So, right. And then normally check for air-based destruction effects, but those have been destroyed last turn, so we didn't need to worry about that. So reinforcement and replacement phase. Both sides, non-initiative first player first. So non-initiative. Place reinforcements. Okay, let's look at the reinforcements here. So the Iranian reinforcements. So on strategic we get 3 lots here. Get the 92nd Armoured and some of the SOS units and 2 commandos as well. Let's dig those out. So that one. That's the Armoured HQ. 92nd. 2nd and 92nd. 1st and the 92nd. So this is the army units being available. We have the SOS. So this is the Revolutionary Guard. That's 8 Najaf and 44 QBH. That's Najaf. And 44th QBH. Those are available as well. And finally 2 commando units. That's 35 and 25. That's 35. And 25. Okay. That's everything for game turn 1. So the armoured units come in an OMZ1, which is over here. The Revolutionary Guard Infantry come in OMZ2, which is here, and the Commandos here at 3. Okay, Russian reinforcements. So, right, Russian reinforcements. So, game turn 1, and for every turn after that, they will get 2 ballistic missile points. So, that's a resupply there. They will also get 1 Special Forces marker. So, that's a Russian Special Forces. That's all they get for Russia. Okay, so on the Allied side, so 2 supply points for every turn. So the supply goes up by 2. Then game turn 1 we get the 173rd Airborne. I had that out somewhere, but maybe not. So there it is, 173rd Airborne. We also have 1 F-22A. So this is the big fighters turning up. Nope, that's the F-35. So there's 2 of them, they're identical, so we'll just pick one of those. So F-22 appearing. An F-35A, I just had that, didn't I? There's 1, 2 of those. So there's a -1 and a -2, so 1, where's my D6? There it is. So we'll roll a d6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to see which one turns up. 1, 2, 3, it's the -1 pilot skill. We have an F-15C. A few of those available, I think. 3. There's 0 and 2 -1s. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, so one of the -1s. He's appeared. And then finally we have 1 Special Forces, so 1 died, so we'll bring him back to there. Okay, and these guys can base, well they can base in Diego Garcia, though that's not very useful. We could put them in Saudi, or we could put them in Qatar, because we have basing rights there. And I think that's where I would like to place them. Reason being is that Qatar hasn't have an intervention, but it does have basing rights. So if the Iranians then attack these air bases, the Qataris will join in full intervention. So there's a kind of bit of a force field around Qatar here. So these guys are definitely going to be here and actually go on the chart, of course. So they will appear ready here. And I think that, oh no, other reinforcements. So French reinforcements, they're at level 2. So they supply 1 supply point and a Special Forces. One supply point, but that's, is that a French supply point? No, I think that's American, isn't it? Because it's all, everybody shares that. So 1 supply point there. And for the Commonwealth, which are at intervention level 1, same again. So another supply point and a Special Forces. So suddenly there's a lot of Special Forces have now appeared. Okay, how are we doing in the chat? Sorry, I've been ignoring you guys, which is unlike me, but well, gosh, you have been busy. Obviously completely bored with what I'm doing, so how are we doing here? So, hello Nordic, and having a good old chat there with Gareth. Lovely. Christoph, good to see you. And Nordic. Oh, you bought this? Oh, you bought the game. Right. Half price, and it was on eBay. Well, there you go. Plausible deniability. If you don't like the game, it's not my fault. But if I had an influence, I just it's nothing I'm going to claim liability for. So, but well done, picking up half price. Yeah, that's it. I've caught up on. Yes, there was a big chat about between the two of you. So good to see you busying yourselves and not listening to me. That's fine. I have no problem with that. Okay, so that was reinforcements, and we have replacement points. Okay. Now, as far as I remember, replacement points are quite restricted on what you can. Okay, so replacement points. Yes, I think for the Iranians, it's not for the air units. We don't actually have to worry about anything on the Allied side for replacements. I think they accumulate, don't they? Just checking. Yeah, can be saved. So replacements for this scenario are replacement points. So the Iranians don't get anything until turn 3, and neither do the Russians. On the Allied side, nothing until game turn 5 for the US, and nothing for the French until game turn 8. So no replacement points at the moment, so we ignore those. So that's fine. We can now spend supply points to consolidate or rebuild units. But I don't think the Iranians can do it. And there's no change to the submarine or the SW level. We didn't do much about that because, of course, there was no detection here on the CV battle group. So victory determination. So about VPs, we got +2 here for the Allies. That's not really enough to give. Well, we have initiative next turn anyway, so it doesn't matter. That moves back and that moves up. But we also get the petrol VPs. Now that is +2 +2 per facility. Yeah, so that's 8 of them. So that's 16 points for. Oh, here we go. So, or actually we can put the VP marker here. So it's +16. So actually, the Iranians have already taken over that VP advantage that the US had. Oh yeah, blame Ruff all you like. Nordic, yes, it's all his fault. I blame him as well. Even for games that he hasn't shown me, I'd just blame him anyway. It's safer that way. But yeah, go ahead. And game record phase. So the game turn marker goes up to game turn 2. Done a whole game turn, guys. Celebration. Marvellous. So, weather phase. So we will roll for weather now because we set it at clear. So the weather dice roll. Gotta pick that one out. It's not on the board sneakily, is it? No. Okay, one we've got to go a little bit hunting for. That's the same, isn't it? Weather. Come on. Okay. No, can't see it. Where is it? Come on, come on, come on. As you can see, there's lots of tables here and stuff, so. Come on, must be somewhere. Okay, maybe there isn't one. Let's have a look. So weather for yeah, it says weather table. It's not sneakily somewhere on the board, is it? Come on, is it? Can't see it anywhere. Well, that isn't I. Anybody any idea of where the weather table is? Okay, must be somewhere. Maybe it's on the reinforcements, really? Oh, maybe it's in the game specific rules. Weather 4. It's hiding in the rulebook. Weather. On map weather table is 0 to 5 clear, overcast 67, storm 8 or 9. Oh, now where the hell is that then? It says it's on. I can't see it, but then my eyes are a bit old. Probably missing. Oh, hang on. Yes, it's actually on the. It's actually on the marker spaces themselves. It's just so far away. It's way over there. Alright, so, and we've got a +1 on the dice. Excuse me, just sneezing there. So that's D10, +1. Oh, let's roll that again. Oh, 0. 0 plus 1 is 1. It's still clear. Right, that's done. Okay. Right, that was very sneaky, having the table actually on the counter spaces. Yeah. That's not really a table, is it? But you know, never mind. Yeah, thanks, Joe. Thanks, Joe. Yeah, it's just a little bit far away. I've got my sort of intermediate length glasses here rather than the long ones, so that's a little bit out of focus for me, and just didn't see it. But thanks anyway. Yes. Bless. Yeah, thanks to it. No, thanks to Nordic. Yeah, yeah. Don't worry if I get into a sneezing fit. You'll be there all night, so I wouldn't make a habit of it, mate. Right, back to our. Right, initiative is still with the US for it's part of the game. So, I don't believe there is a UN resolution dice roll in this game. Don't believe so. I think I read that somewhere. Yeah, I'm just trying to make sure I don't make a mistake. Pretty sure I saw that somewhere. No UN resolution diagram modifiers. There we go. Yeah, not used as the resolutions not used in the game. Yeah, I was right. Yeah, it's worth checking though. Okay, electronic detection phase. So that's 6 for the Allies, 4 for the Iranians. It's 3 plus 1 for the Russians helping. So, oh, we haven't placed our airborne brigade here. So, right. So I don't think this can be placed in Saudi Arabia because these airfields are on a strike 2. I was reading about this, and actually that's really quite relevant for reinforcements. So, ground unit reinforcement, leg, arrived by a friendly airbase by air transport. They are placed in a friendly airbase that is not destroyed, does not have a strike 2 marker. If no air bases are available, such reinforcements arrive in a friendly holding box. Ah, okay. So that is a holding box. So, yes. Yeah, I presume they talk about air bases actually on the map. But, yeah, this appears in a holding box there. That's fine. Okay. Yeah, it's difficult sometimes to parse exactly how the phrase is used. Airfix. Oh, right. Yeah, no. Haven't built models for years, but I don't think it's exclusive, certainly, as far as airfix model building in this country. A lot of things like Tamiya. Don't know if Rebel is still going. I don't know. Talieri? I've seen lots. Yeah, it's quite certainly model shops that I've seen recently have got a very good spread of brands actually. Right, where were we? Oh yes, electronic detection. That's right. So for do we get to do the old naval detection? Ah, yeah. That's actually the air naval phase, and we don't do it on turn 1. So, right. So not the Navy. So I think of course, with the Allies, they're trying to pick up these SSM markers. So I think we've got 6. So I think those are 5 markers. Let's go to another one. Oh, that's a blue one. So we are going to pick on this one, this one, this one. Let's go this way. Actually, let's move that across there. So we're just kind of going from this end. So that's 6 electronic detections. I'm pretty sure I did that last turn, wasn't it? Yeah. electronic detections that pick them up. Yes, yes, so they can be included. So detections of HQs, artillery, or other targets specified by GSRs. So detection yeah, so actually there's not a lot for the Iranians to spot yet. Not sure they've got anything to spot. There are no HQs, no artillery. Yeah, there's nothing for them to do. So let's do the Allied ones anyway. So the electronic detection, so that's a 4 or more, and it's a straight roll. 4 or more. So starting from this end, sorry, 4 or less. I mean, 4 or less here. 9, no. This one, 9, no. This one here, a 1, yes. So we turn it over. Is it a dummy? It is a dummy, so the dummy goes. That's another, yeah, so we had 3 dummies and 1 real one so far. So we do another one here. So here, that's 4 or less. A 2, yes. What have we got? Another dummy. Wow, okay. A little unlucky with this. 4 dummies and 1 real. Here we go, 4 or less. 7, no. Didn't spot it. And here, 5, no. Okay. So we didn't spot any new SSM markers, which is really annoying. Okay. Right, initiative 10, first special forces, so initiative player can place SOF markers. So if we'd found one of these SSM markers, we could have placed it on that. What else can we place it on? Well, we can have another go at the detection grid. We'll send the UK to do the detection grid. We'll send an American to do the SAM, and we can do some airfields, I suppose. So let's put the French here, the Saudis here, and the other American here. Unless we want to do those are strike, those are raids. Do we want to do? There's no point in doing any targeting. We can't see anything. Well, we need to. We could raid one of the petroleum facilities. That's true. Just to knock off. So the ones that will be difficult to get to will be here in Bandar Abbas, I think. So maybe let's use the Americans to target that petroleum facility there. No, Bandar Abbas is this one, isn't it? Oh, well, they're both, so let's go for that one. Okay, so SOF missions. These are all raids. There we go, Special Forces chart. These are all raids. They should all have, might have +1s for the airfields. Yeah. And that's it. Okay, so let's start with the SAM track. So the track here, we need a 4 or less, and there are no modifiers. 5, that's a miss. Survival roll, it's -2 for being US, but it is a raid, so it's a -1. A 9 goes to an 8. It's eliminated. So that's in second turn. US Special Forces goes kaput. Then we've the British going on the detection. Same table on a 4, 6. No, survival. A 4. Yes, they survive. Round to the let's do the petroleum facility. So this is, it's an installation in a city. Well, that's in flat, but it is in a city. So flat for an installation is this chart. Yeah, that's not very good, is it? Mind you, I think there's not a lot we can do about that. So it's a 2 or less. But the hex contains a city, so there's a bit of cover, so it's a -1. And it is occupied by a brigade, so it's +2. Well, it's not a good place to go, is it? But they're both as hard as each other. Oh well. So +2 for occupation, -1 for the city, so it's a +1. Oh, it's a long shot. 6, no. Survival, 5 is fine. Now, air bases. So this is rough terrain and is a +1 for occupation. So rough terrain, we're going after an airfield. +1 for the occupation. That's it. So we're looking for a 3 or more. 3 or less, sorry, but with a +1. An 8, no. Survival for the Saudis, that's a -1 only, but it's a raid, so that's cancelled. It's a straight roll. A 1, they're fine. And was that it? I thought that all of ours. 1, 2, 3. Oh yes, there's a French here as well, doing the same thing. This is rough terrain and the same +1. So yeah, so basically 2 or under. 2. Okay, so a 2 +1 is a 3, is a strike 1. And that's a collateral that we'll need to apply at the end of the turn. And survival for the French, they want a -2, +1 for the raid. 3 is fine. Okay, so we lost another American here. Right, okay, so that's the first Special Operations turn. Then the air naval, so air superiority step. Okay, so there's some thought to be applied. How are we doing for time? Yeah, thanks Gareth, yeah, spotted them. Special Needs Forces. Well, for the Americans, I mean, everybody else is alright. We've lost a Saudi and we've lost 2 Americans now, but who is on the left and in the centre of what? Sorry. Hands on the tiny cubes. Actually, those are actually from my Terraforming Mars game, actually, and I use them for loads and loads of things. Yeah, sorry, Nordic, don't stand on the left and the centre. Boom, boom, boom. And I can't remember what the hell I was doing. What was I doing? Oh yes, air superiority. As I was just clearing the decks to try and reach over. What have we got here? So, on the Iranian side, it's clear, so we can put everybody up. I think we should certainly put the MiG-29, Sukhoi 35, another MiG-29, Tomcat, the F7s, the Chinese MiG-21, or F4s. Do we put the F4s up? I think we probably do. We've got some stuff to fight here now, so what do we do as the Allies? Well, we're certainly putting up the F-15C, certainly putting up the F-22A. I think we will put the F-35A in, indeed. The F... Oh, hold on a minute. Wait a minute, we've got to deal with... Right, these guys are under repair, so we don't use those as reducing the aircraft. Must move half the number of air units in the flying box from air units based in a basing box equal to number of air bases with strike marks on them. It's a minimum of 1. So there's a strike 1 here. Yes, the Iranians must move 1 unit to the flying box. We'll send an F5, I think, back. Yeah. So the Iranians actually go late on this because they've got the AWACS advantage, but don't worry, I can shuffle it if necessary. So what else are we going to put in? So we will put in the the Saudi F-15Es. We will put in the Typhoon. I know it's damaged, but it can do long range combat and then disappear. And the F-35C, we'll certainly put that in. From the carrier, we can't put in the F-18 because it's only in the flown box. The F-18F, we could put that in as well. Yeah. So the fighter bomber version of the F-18, the F-18F and the carrier will go in as well. Okay, so that's a lot there. So the Iranians can redo this if they want. It is probably worth putting in the 2 F5s as well. We're going to be 2 outnumbered. I'd like to keep the other. These are bombers, so we'll keep those. I put in the Sukhoi 22. It's a 2 value, but no, I don't think so. Okay, so we have AWACS advantage of 2, so the Iranians can pick 2 combats to do. So I think we will put an F. What's our priority here? Priority is to get so if we could get a MiG-29, actually get the Sukhoi 35 paired off with the F-18F for the first one. The second one, we can put an F5 against the Typhoon, I think. So then it's 1 choice for the Allies. So they will take a MiG-29 and stick it up against the F-22, I think. Yeah, let's get them facing each other so the advantage can show up. Then 2 again for the Iranians. Lean pickings here, really. MiG-29 versus... Well, it's not a good go, but against the F-15, it's a 4-5. And the next one, well, we're all 3s here, so Let's put the F-7 up against the Navy F-35C. Then we'll put the F-35A, USAF-1 against, yeah, we'll go against the Tomcat. And then here it's pick, we'll have the F-4s going up against the F-15Es. And we have one over which can double up. Where should we double up? Let's probably double up against the US Navy F-18, FA-18 there. Okay, so those are our pairings. Yep. So on the combat resolution, so we will start with our long range. So that is units with double stars. So that's here, here, and here. Of course, they're only on the US side because the Iranians don't have this capability. So looking at this one here, we've got the F-35A versus the F-14. It's 4 versus 3. So it's a +1 differential, and there's no DRM. So +1 differential. We can put that back now, I think. +1 differential is a 0. Ooh. Now a 0 on +1 differential is an X. That's a destroy. Wow. Okay, so that was the F-14 Tomcat. That has been destroyed. And that ends the combat for him. He's free. Now we've got the F-35C, the US Navy one. So that's again a +1 table. I used the wrong dice, didn't I? So on the +1 table again, a 2, that's pretty good as well. 2 is a target is damaged and aborted. So that flips and is aborted. Again, they're now available. And the last, oh no, there was another one here. So we have the F-22 versus the MiG-29. That's a 6 to a 3, so it's the +2 table. Oh dear. Need the Russians to come in very quickly, I think. That's a 6, still okay. So that's an advantage / damage. So versus air units, it's firing unit has advantage in the next combat. So that's now tailing the MiG-29. Then we've got the Typhoon against the F-5, which should be able to survive this. This is on the 0 table. 5 is an advantage again. Well, the Typhoon might as well stay around because the so it's not F5. It is an F5. It's a Northrop F5 Tiger Shark kind of thing. Can't remember what they're called. That only has dogfight capability, so it should go around. Nothing here. So that's the end of the long range combat. Then we do the standoff combat. So now the Iranians can get involved here. So running through here, the Phantom can do standoff combat. So it's firing onto the Saudi F-15E on a -1. But they do have a +1 on the dice for being non-NATO, Japanese, Russian or Chinese. So +1 on the dice. On the -1 table, a 1 though. a 1 on the -1 table, +1 is a 2. That is an abort. So that F-15 is going home, but it does get a fight back on the +1 table, and of course it gets a +1 as well, but it's on the +1 table. 7, so that's going to do anything. No, that's a miss. So the Saudi is aborted, and the F4 keeps going. So it's available for a superiority. Same again here between these two. So we're on the -1 table with a +1 on the dice for the Iranian F4. A 0. Ooh. 0 + 1 is an abort again. So, and the F-15 Eagle on a +1 with a +1. A 9. So no. So actually these Phantoms have done very well, driven off the F-15Es. Okay, next let's move all these down, shall we, so I can reach them. Hopefully you can see all this. Yeah, you should be able to see all this. Okay, we've got the MiG-29 versus the F-15C. So that's on the -1 table with a +1 again, same thing. Oops, wrong dice. A 4 going to a 5 is a miss. Coming back, it's a +1, but it is a US, so it doesn't get the +1 on the dice, just on the +1 column. A 2, oops, oops. 2 is damaged aboard. So that flips over and it's aborted. So the F-15C is available. So here we've got the F-22 versus the MiG-29. Now the F-22 is a stealth, so therefore actually the MiG-29 doesn't get to do a standoff combat with it, only gets to do dogfight. So it's a free hit, it's on the +2 table, +2 table straight roll for the standoff combat with the F-22. Could be ugly. On a 3 it's very ugly. A +2 or 3, that's damaged abort. So that's both MiG-29s damaged here, and the F-22 comes through it. We're on to the Typhoon, and again only the Typhoon fires here because there's no standoff combat from, and it's got an advantage anyway. Well, it fires first, but there's no fire back anyway. That's on the 0, and it is Saudi, so there's a +1 on the 0 table, +1 on the dice. 9 is nothing. Okay, so that's still a thing. And then finally we will have the F-18F, which is carrying a lot of weight here up against the Su-35 and also the F-5. So the F-5 doesn't take part in the combat because it doesn't have standoff capability. There's no star on it, so it's just Su-35, F-18. So that's a 4 versus a 3. So it's on the +1 table for the Iranians, but still a +1 on the dice. A 0. Ooh. 0 on the +1, +1 is a 1. That's damaged abort. So that's done very well, in which case these two guys are available. And finally we're left with the F5 or the Typhoon. Do we want... So the Saudi Typhoon is a +1 pilot skill, so I don't think he wants to hang around. So he is going to abort as well, and he is through. So it ends up with 5 Iranian aircraft versus 4 Americans, 1 Navy, and the other 3 are US Air Force. Okay. So that's our air superiority done. Air superiority level. So it is contested because the Iranians are slightly bigger but not 1.5 times. So the air superiority is down to 0. And the AWACS advantage doesn't change. But there's been a lot of damage on the Iranian side. 1 Tomcat destroyed, and then 3 aircraft, including the MiG-29s, have been damaged and aborted. We have got damage here on the F-18F, but that's the only thing. Okay, so right, we are rolling for control. How are we doing on time? Actually, how are we doing on time? Oh, okay. Sorry, sense of humour failure, clearly. Anyone in clip Day of Days P for me? I doubt it. I really, really doubt it. Although if you're offering real money, you never know. Somebody might pick you up for it. Good. All right. Yeah, time. Where we're looking. How we did. Okay, so that's now 15. Time is fine. Thank you. Okay, so yeah, sea control we have to roll for the inshore box here. So the Gulf of Oman inshore box, because that is now Iranian. So find the sea control. Sea control. Here we go. Right. So it's an open-ended dice roll. Low numbers for non-allied, high numbers for allied control. So for inshore, so I believe the at sea affects the inshore. So so there's +2 for the CV, but the sub-threat level is -4. There's no area superiority anymore, so that's a -2 at the moment. And do we spend an SSM missile point? I suppose we do. Oh, we're down to 19. Yeah, come on. We'll spend another point. That will be... Actually, no, because the inshore we're not that fussed about. We've got the sea zone at the moment, so... actually, I might be getting this wrong. Might need to do the sea zone first. Let me check on that. Sea control. 2. So there's a sequence. Okay. Okay, if a player controls the at-sea box and also controls the inshore box, do not roll. If a player controls the at-sea box, the inshore box is contested, roll for the inshore box. Okay, yes, I am doing it right. Okay, back to where we were. I think it's on the -2 on the roll. 5 goes to a 3, it's contested, so we don't put a marker down. Right, and then for the actual then the player rolls for control of certain at-sea boxes. Yeah, let me just check on the game specific. Sea control. Yeah, so sea control in the Gulf of Oman. So we have CV versus the sub, so it's a -2. Shall we? We will spend the missile point on that because I think this is important. That's a good buffer for the Iranians. So that's -3 on the dice. A 2, it stays non-allied control. So no change there. Next, now detection for naval units. Okay, the naval detection. I thought it was with the sea control. Nope. This one. Gosh. Getting a bit later now, getting a bit fuzzy. Right, main rules. Naval detection. Here we go. Oh yeah, of course. It's caught us last turn, didn't it? Did anybody pick it up? No, nobody picked it up. It's actually on the flipping map. It's down here, right in front of you. Yeah, it caught me last turn. I spent about, I don't know, half an hour trying to find the damn thing, and it's actually here. So, right, naval detection. So, detection of this CV battle group. Okay, so we have the ATSI box DRM, which is a -1. The AWACS advantage is a +2, so that's +1. There's no air superiority. There's no other friendly naval unit. It is a US CV present, so that's a -2. So that's a -1 at the moment. Yeah. So it's a -1. Well, let's roll it again. A 3 going to a 2. That's point detection, so it has been detected. Ooh. Point detection, so they know exactly where it is. Interesting. Now that changes things. I've got a target now for the Iranians. Yeah, Gareth, it's very similar to Red Storm on there. Absolutely. It's just the fact that there's loads of charts on the player owned cards, but there's one that's sitting on the map. It's kind of like but never mind. I suppose it varies per standard game, so the charts, it wouldn't be on the charts. Okay, so we can't attempt blind clearance because we don't control that space. So now it's the Special Operation Forces. We should put this back around here, second SOF there. Okay, so it's the Iranian SOF missions. Oh, need to put the American eliminated. So we have the Houthis here, which I think will do a raid on one of these airfields. Because they can't do anything except for the Saudi Arabia holding box. We've got the Russians. Now what do they want to detect or raid or target? Probably the detection track here, and the 3 Iranians. What else would we like to do? We'll probably have a go at the other airfield in Saudi. We're not going to touch the Qataris. Might go for Sam. Not sure what else we can use really. We can't go against the cruise missile points. That's not allowed. Second one on that airbase, I suppose. Still targets there. Okay, so this is flat terrain airfield. Occupied by less than a brigade, so it's a +1 on the dice. So flat terrain airfield, it's a 3, but there are +1 on the dice. So this one, a 1 goes to a 2. A 2 is a strike 1, so that's destroyed again. So the Houthis don't have to do anything more. I don't think there's collateral because they were under repair. It was under repair. Survival for the Houthis. A 6. It was a raid, which becomes a 7. So yeah, I think they're eliminated. So the Houthis end up on the track. They come back at the end of next turn, and the Saudis as well. Sorry, the Iranians as well. Oh, it's a 7 going up to an 8, so they are eliminated. Then here onto the other airfield. So again, a 3 with a +1 because of the occupation. Another 1. Gosh, they're really good at doing these airfields. So that's destroyed both airfields. And the survival, a 2. Yes, they survived. Phew. Okay. Now we're back on the tracks here. So the Russians, so it's 4 or less, and there is no there is no modifier. A 1. Ooh. A 1, that's 2. It's gone down by 2. And the survival for the Russian unit, an 8. Now an 8. There's a raid +1, so that's a 9. Yeah, they're eliminated. But they did good work. Okay, against the SAM, here we've got the Iranian unit. A 4 +1 is 5. I don't think that does anything. 5 is, no, it's just a miss. And survival, or a 9. Ouch. Okay, so everybody's woken up on the Allied side are really taking out. We include the Houthis as well, who do come back, but that's taken out most of the special forces. Gosh, well, look at that. Right, I think I'm going to stop it there. So we are in the second SOF. We're on to the first strike, which will be quite a long thing. I think there's a few aircraft to start to do stuff now. So yeah, could have used some of the Allied SOS to do some recon on these SSMs. Didn't think of that. Never mind. But yeah, I'll hold it there because it's getting quite late here. But we've got some chat here, so let's just clear that up. What have we got? Oh, Nordic, you had a catastrophe, did you? But you reset, that's alright then. Yeah, combat, exclamation mark, is quite counter heavy, especially with all those order counters, yes indeed. How many blue tweezers do I have? And do you know where to find them? Well, these are actually sort of disposable medical tweezers. So you can get them at any hospital or medical facility usually. They usually just use them once and throw them away. So you can buy them in packs. How many have I got? I've probably got a stack of about a dozen. I'd take with me to conventions and sort of hand them out to opponents and stuff and friends. So yeah, that's why I do. So yeah, I have a few of those, but you can get them on Amazon in packs if you want. But I don't think you can buy them in singles. It's the only thing, because they're worth about, I don't know, 10p each, something like that. They're not worth very much. But yes, thanks for asking. I haven't specially made. No. The story, if you haven't heard the story, I would have thought you had, is actually my ex-mother-in-law was a nurse, and she happened to bring one of these back from work once and said, because she knew I did wargaming and stuff and I used tweezers, she goes, well, what about having these tweezers? And I thought, oh yeah, thanks very much. But I thought, well, not sure, they're very, they're quite cumbersome, I think. But actually they've got this little sort of squeeziness, this little kind of suspension thing here, which is quite nice. You can put some pressure down, but it's not so like really hard. It's got some give in it. So anyway, but I didn't really think about it. And then when I started the channel, I was thinking of a brand name, and my eye alighted upon them, and I thought, well, tweezers for wargaming, yeah, and they're blue because nobody else uses these, because they're probably not mad enough to do it. But and it kind of worked, and it seems to have stuck as a brand. So as you say, Nordic, it is catchy, and it sticks. Yes, indeed. So, but I'd like to say that it was an amazing marketing stroke of genius, but it was just, well, it seemed like an idea for me. Get a pack of black tweezers. You can get them in different colours. Actually, you're right. You can get them in other colours. So, a rival channel. Right. That sounds like fighting words. Right, Nordic. Yeah. Let's see the colour of your money. Let's see the channel, and we'll see. We'll have a live stream off or something, something like that. Yeah. See how we go. Good. Right. Well, anyway, I'm toddling off to bed because I've got a bit of a drive to get to Bletchley Park tomorrow, where I'm going to. Yeah, you can do sticker, but I have done that sometimes. But I thought, you know, actually when videoing, it's nice to have the sort of clean version, and then have black and blue tweezers. Yes, they would certainly be a hospital kind of thing, wouldn't they? Yeah, so I'm off to Bletchley Park tomorrow. Bit of a drive, so I will sign off. But thanks for joining in, and thanks for the chat and everything. And you hope you've got some ideas on next war Iran. Probably be a couple of days, at least a couple of days hiatus on this game. Unfortunately, I'm going to be quite busy, so I won't be able to get back on the channel. But anyway. Yeah, review this this video and the previous one if you want to. If you really need some next war Iran. If not, go and watch something else more interesting. So cheerio. See you next time. Bye for now.